Father Andy Struzzieri was a beloved priest in Brooklyn and Queens for 45 years, and he was very close with his parishioners. And now there will be a lasting tribute to him in Rosedale. Father Andy died in 2020 after a long battle with kidney cancer. Now the corner of 137th Avenue and Brookville Boulevard will be named after him. His niece, Chiara Montalto joins us ahead of this Saturday's event. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. Everybody loved Father Struzzieri, and it's a big deal to have a street named after you. How did it come about?
Well, at his funeral mass, someone from the Queens Borough President's office approached my mother and I, and they said, you know, we love Father Andy. He's done so much for the community. We'd love to have a street name for him. And we said, great, that's great, and kind of put it in the back of our minds, you know, and then all of a sudden we were contacted by Father Daniel Kingsley, who's now the new pastor at St. Clair's, that the borough president had reached out and they set this up.
That's really so nice. So he didn't just touch the hearts of Catholics, it was everybody in Queens, which is really nice. And I know he served for about 4 decades in Brooklyn and Queens. Last was as pastor of St. Clair's, as you said, in Rosedale. So what kind of legacy did he leave behind?
He really leaves a legacy of love and of just reaching out to one another and encountering one another, listening to one another, and trying to help each other, trying to just be present and help one another. Actually, a longtime friend and mentee of my uncle's set up a really beautiful memorial endowment in his name.
Oh, nice.
That is to help immigrants and refugees and people in Brooklyn and Queens who maybe are having some financial difficulties with small one-time grants.
So I know a lot of people have been contacting you about your uncle and telling you some stories. Is there one story that kind of stands out you could share with us?
I really love the story of this person who's now a detective in the NYPD and a friend of mine. He was deployed in the military, and I believe in Afghanistan, from a young man from Brooklyn, and that was a hard thing. So he called the local priest. He called my uncle from abroad.
Oh, wow.
And they struck up a conversation and they developed this friendship over the phone. Ultimately, you know, they would talk, I don't know, every week, every couple of weeks.
So sweet, and to hear those stories must be so comforting. Tell us, what did your uncle mean to you personally?
Well, he was just the best, you know. I mean, he really was. We used to say that we were peas in a pod. He had a really great, warm way about him and a really silly sense of humor. And we had a lot of fun, you know. He was just joyful. He was a joyful, beautiful human being. And I have to say, even in his battle with cancer, he faced cancer with courage, with determination, with heart, and you know, was amazing. And into his last year, you know, when he was placed on hospice care, he preached a homily about it and invited the parishioners to walk with him on the final leg of his journey. So for me to be, you know, have had my life with that example front and center, I feel so blessed and so lucky. I miss him terribly, but I know that he is somewhere in heaven smiling really broadly right now. He loves this. He loves that this is happening.
Oh, what a wonderful man. And now everybody will remember his name with this street renaming. Chiara Montalto, thank you so much for being here and sharing your stories with us.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.